There are some who, through envy, for that is what it amounts to, belittle and slander others, especially those in the same business or profession as their own, in order to draw business to themselves. They will say such evil things as their merchandise is worthless, or they cheat, that they have nothing at home, and that it would be impossible to give goods away at such a price, that there have been many complaints about these goods, that they will give no value or wear or whatever it is, even that it is short weight or not the right length, and so on. A workman will say that another man is not a good worker, that he is always changing his job, that people are not satisfied with him, or that he does no work, that he only puts in his time, or perhaps that he does not know how to work. What I was telling you there, they will then add, it would be better to say nothing about it. He might lose by it. You know, is that so? You answer. It would have been better if you yourself had said nothing. That would have been the thing to do. A farmer will observe that his neighbor's property is doing better than his own. This makes him very angry, so he will speak evil of him. There are others who slander their neighbors from motives of vengeance. If you do or say something to help someone, even through reasons of duty or of charity, they will then look for opportunities to decry you, to think up things which will harm you, in order to revenge themselves. For when Narbor is well spoken of, they will be very annoyed and will tell you, he is just like everyone else. He has his own faults. He has done this. He has said that. You did not know that? Ah, that is because you have never had anything to do with him. A great many people slander others because of pride. They think that by depreciating others, they will increase their own worth. They want to make the most of their own alleged good qualities. Everything they say and do will be good, and everything that others say and do will be wrong. But the great bulk of malicious talk is done by people who are simply irresponsible, who have an itch to chatter about others without feeling any need to discover whether what they are saying is true or false. They just have to talk. Yet, although these latter are less guilty than the others, that is to say, than those who slander and backbite through hatred or envy or revenge, yet they are not free from sin. Whatever the motive that prompts them, they should not sully the reputation of their neighbor. It is my belief that the sin of scandal-mongering include all that is most evil and wicked. Yes, my dear brethren, this sin includes the poison of all the vices, the meanness of vanity, the venom of jealousy, the bitterness of anger, the malice of hatred, and the flightiness and irresponsibilities so worthy of a Christian. Is it not, in fact, scandal-mongering, which sows almost all discord and disunity, which breaks up friendships and hinders enemies from reconciling their quarrels, which disturbs the peace of homes, which turns brother against brother, husband against wife, daughter-in-law against mother-in-law, son-in-law against father-in-law? How many united households have been turned upside down by one evil tongue, so that their members could not bear to see or to speak to one another? And one malicious tongue, belonging to neighbor, man or woman, can be the cause of all this misery. Yes, my dear brethren, the evil tongue of one scandal-monger poisons all the virtues and engenders all the vices. It is from that malicious tongue that a stain is spread so many times through a whole family, a stain which passes from fathers to children, from one generation to the next, and which perhaps is never effaced. The malicious tongue will follow the dead into the grave. It will disturb the remains of these unfortunates, by making live again the faults which were buried with them in that resting place. What a foul crime, my dear brethren! Would you not be filled with fiery indignation if you were to see some vindictive wretch rounding upon a corpse and tearing it into 1,000 pieces? Such a sight would make you cry out in horror and compassion. And yet the crime of continuing to talk of the faults of the dead is much greater. A great many people habitually speak of someone who has died something after this fashion. Ah, he did very well in his time. He was a seasoned drinker. He was as cute as a fox. He was no better than he should have been. But perhaps, my friend, you are mistaken. And although everything may have been exactly as you have said, perhaps he is already in heaven. Perhaps God has pardoned him. But in the meantime, where's your charity?